Hello, hello, hello. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, February 17th, 2022. And here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, the Russians are coming. So the Dow dropped more than 600 points in the worst decline of 2022 as Russian-Ukraine tensions worry investors. Do you know what that is? That is total bullshit. You got it. If Russia and Ukraine go to war, that going to stop you from going to McDonald's or eating a Burger King or running out and buying toilet paper? Ooh, you better buy toilet paper. You think anybody cares? Look at the war going on the United States is behind in Yemen. The worst humanitarian crisis on earth. Do you think the markets give a shit? The markets are going down because interest rates are going up. End of story. The cheap money flow is slowing down. Ukraine. Oh yeah, you're going to stop going out? What is it going to do? It's not, that's total propaganda.
Absolute bullshit.
Yep. Anyway, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 622.24 points, or 1.8%. The S&P fell 2.1%, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ fell nearly 3%. So, in the short term, the market is just moving to the indications that it's seeing out of Russia. Young Yo Ma said. Yeah, again, total.
That is bullshit.
Yep. Again, President Joe Biden on Thursday today warned that the threat of Russia invading Ukraine is very high, telling reporters the attack could come within the next several days. We're going to get into this later. Again, it's in your Trends Journal going back to spring of 2014 of how the United States overthrew the Kiev government of Yanukovych. Who was behind it and why? And right in here, facts. Russia was going to invade Ukraine at any time. Yeah, they've only been saying this now, for 8 years? Again, we've been writing about this since it happened. There's going to be a false flag. You're already seeing it in the Donbass region. They don't talk about all the Ukrainian troops that are on the Donbass border over there. They don't want to go into the EU. Ukraine's only been a part of Russia for over 200 years. So there's a lot of people saying, no, we don't want to go on your trip. Oh, you have to. I'm in charge. Anyway, they don't talk about that. There's going to be a false flag. And it's going to get the people's... Again, go to your Trends Journal. Look at the cover from 3 weeks ago. That's this week's cover, COVID war ending. When all else fails, they take you to war. Dow plummets, and that's when they started the war talk. When January opened up and 3 weeks in a row the Dow's going down. When all else fails, they take you to war. Walmart led the consumer staples sector after quarterly report that topped expectations. The big box retailer rose 4%. The big box retailer, a giant monopoly that put millions of people out of business. And I remember when it happened and the big warning. This is a monopoly. And look at the disgusting, it's like going into an ugly factory. No style, no grace. And as Walmart went up, so too did the American spirit. So too did the middle class. So too did the style. Stores used to have style to them. They didn't look like ugly fucking factories. Anyway, Weekly jobless claims came in. They were 248,000. They expected 218,000. So for the week, all three major averages are in negative territory. Oil prices went down today 2%. They should have gone up if this war is going to go on, but the Iranian deal may happen. So if the Iranian deal may happen, watch for Israel to escalate their war in Syria or Lebanon or anywhere, because they don't want that deal to happen. And it was Trump that killed it because he was paid off by that guy, Adelson. Yeah, gave him $30 million. And they moved the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and did away with it, the deal. That was probably the only good thing Obama did. So, that's what's going on. However, continued tensions over a possible Russian invasion of Ukraine continues to support oil markets. Gold. Gold hit an 8-month high today, went over $1,900 an ounce. Will it keep going up? You know our forecast. They're in the Trends Journal. On the money. On the money. What's going to bring them down? Whoop! For a while, when interest rates go up. And that's what's going to happen at some point. If they go up real high, you don't get any money on gold. It's a non-interest holding asset. So it's going to push the prices down for a bit. But if global tensions keep heating up, there's no greater, in my belief, safe haven asset. And Bitcoin's still holding around that $40,000 mark, under a little pressure lately. Fitch downgrades Turkish debt amid soaring inflation. Yeah, no shit. Inflation reaches nearly 30-year high. That's only, where's that? Oh, in the UK. All the fucking bullshit. Oh, and somebody said to me, wrote me, please stop your language. My young son, this isn't for fucking kids, all right? Our life is on the line. Oh, you think Alexander the Great? Let's be proper. Yes, let's not fight like men. They are destroying our lives. These little pricks, and I can't say the other word, lied about inflation. Oh, it's temporary. Oh, it's transitory. No, it's transgendatory. We're in the dead woke society. A bunch of bastards and bitches lying their asses off, selling their shit. Oh, calm down, Salenti. Be like the majority. Swallow shit. Look at that little dictator up there in Canada. That's right. Little Trudeau. What does he say? Oh, these truckers, they're only a minority. A racist, fascist, Nazi minority. They're only a minority. Hey, fuckface, you little prick, you'd be nobody if your daddy wasn't there. So take it easy, Junior. It does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brushfires of freedom in the minds of men, said Samuel Adams, an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brushfires of freedom in the minds of men. Oh, what's that thing called? The Freedom Convoy. And you little fucks hate freedom. I'm the dictator. I'll tell you what to do. Anyway, energy costs push Eurozone trade deficit to 13-year high. Oh, and that other one up there, Lagarde, head of the ECB. Before that, she was the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. Oh, no, don't worry about inflation. These people have been saying they were going to raise inflation when it hit 2%. That was their bullshit that they've been selling now for 12 years. And they haven't raised it. Still negative interest rates. Demand inflation pushed up retail spending. Oh yeah, retail spending went up 3.8%. You ready? It's the strongest monthly gain in retail spending since last March. But unlike other economic data, reports produced in the United States, retail sales aren't adjusted for inflation. That means higher retail sales figures can reflect higher prices rather than more purchases. No shit. Buried. Look, the numbers are going up. The numbers going. People are paying more for less. Paying more for less. It's dragflation. Get it? No. Take it easy, man. I'm not talking about the other drag thing. Take it easy. Oh, I can't say gay anymore to be happy. No. I don't mean that dragflation. Take it easy. Lola, L-O-L. Where's Lola? Haven't seen Lola around. Where's Lola? There she is. Yeah. Remember that? I can't call her a dickhead. Telling us about health. And now she's the health minister of the United States. Anyway, when you look at what's going on, the economy's going down, inflation's going up. It's dragflation, it won't be stagflation. Despite rising wages, 61% of Americans still living paycheck to paycheck. Report finds that just came out, but don't worry about it. The rich are getting richer, the big are getting bigger. We're all workers on Slavelandia. They sold us out. The governments, their crime syndicates that sold us out, gave it all to the bigs. Blackstone steps up, bet on European warehouses. We've been writing about this over and over in the Trends Journal. They're buying up everything. And Blackstone to buy preferred apartment for $5.8 billion deal. People can't afford houses. They're living in apartments. And guess who's buying them up? All the big firms, all the Blackstones. Why you? Can't call them Blackstones. You may call me racist for saying that. Let's call them Whitestones. Landlords head south to buy apartment buildings. Again, the big ones are buying up everything. People can't afford their own houses. Inflation, right? According to the latest data released today by Freddie Mac, a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is now at almost 4%, 3.92. It was 2.81 a year ago. Got it? That's what boosted the markets, the housing market. How bad is the market going to go down? Where is it going to go down? What's going to go up? It's all in your Trends Journal, and the only magazine in the world to read history before it happens, nothing like it, anywhere, any place. We give you the best economics, geopolitics, high-tech science. You got it, technocracy and survivalism that you won't find anywhere else. There's no magazine, only $2 a week. Could you afford that? Could you afford that to have information to help you prepare, prevail, and prosper? No, I want to go to CNN. Oh, they found a little kid under a stair. He's been there for 4 years. Yeah, that's terrible. That ain't news. That's not news. Oh, did you see those Russian skaters in the Olympics? What the fuck do I care? I need stuff that's going to help me prepare, prevail, and prosper. I need things to move my life forward. No, we're going to give you a crap and you're going to swallow it. I'm Zucker. Oh, Zucker's not there anymore, huh? Oh, no, he got fired from CNN. I guess, and that chick there too, right? I'm saying to myself, man, whew, she must have paid a lot of dough to be with that guy. Talking about sucking crap. Anyway, Intel nears 6 billion Israeli chip deal that's done. Again, big's getting bigger. One of your columns in the Trends Journal, week after week, we're showing you what's going on. And what else do we have here? Sequoia sets aside $500 million for plunge into crypto projects. Very important. El Salvador asks, can Bitcoin be a nation's currency? It's not going away. And again, when you read a Sequoia article, what they're afraid of, and they say it right here, is government interference. But again, we expect regulation, but there's a balance we need to find between protecting consumers and maintaining innovation. in a really important space. It reminds me of the early internet regulation. That's according to... So there's going to be regulation, but it's not going to stop it for a while. I guess less war breaks out, then they'll take complete control of your life. And they've done it already with the COVID war. They set you up. They've set us up. U.S. to allow headlights that reduce glare effect. U.S. highway safety regulators are about to allow new high-tech headlights that can automatically tailor beams so they focus on dark areas of the road and don't create glare for oncoming drivers. These LED lights, that they allow these fucking LED lights and nobody fights out against them, is a disgrace. I'm in the country over here. I'm going down. I'm blinded. Every time a car goes by, holy shit. Look at the little dicks, and I can't say the other word, that are in charge of this crap that let this happen. Little payoff bitches and bastards that allow this shit to happen. Anyway, in a country near you, vast majority of Southeast Asia sees China topping U.S. as economic power. That's from The Hill. Guess what? Go back only a couple of years ago, our top trends, China 2021. That was only that back then. How long have we been writing in this? The 21st century will be the Chinese century. The 20th century was the American century. But the business of America has been war, killing millions of people all over the world. We got to watch them Russians. And the business of China's business. The business of war is going to come later with China. Canadian Civil Liberties Association suing Trudeau government over Emergency Act declaration. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association initiated legal proceedings against government over the decision to invoke Emergencies Act. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association has spoken out loudly against the declaration, and today we have our own announcement. We are taking the government of Canada to court. There's a little dictator, a little prick telling you what to do. Who the fuck are these people to tell us what to do? You want it? It's the arrogant ones, the ones with the dough and the power. You don't believe me? I'll tell you what to do. Legendary investor Charles Munger, speaking with Yahoo Finance, in an exclusive interview, spoke bluntly about vaccine hesitancy in the United States. Quote, "I've been appalled by the fear of vaccination by a big chunk of the nation," Berkshire Hathaway vice chairman said. "Speaking for myself, I couldn't wait to be vaccinated." Great. Why don't you just fucking speak for yourself and don't speak for me? Hey, I'm a billionaire. Hey, you know how to make money, but I'll tell you what, Papa, I'll outdo you on the facts anytime, any place. Let's go. Let's go. Put your money where your mouth is, because you got a lot of crap shooting out of your mouth. And he goes on. And I think the risks of being vaccinated are way less than the risks of being not vaccinated. It's really, you ready? Massively stupid not to welcome vaccination. Hey, fuckface, don't you call me massively stupid. I don't want a gene therapy inoculation into my body. Got it? I don't want to be raped. He goes on. We probably have 30% of the people in the country that think vaccination is evil. I don't think it's evil. I just don't want it. And are coming after them like hobgoblins. You ready? It's not good that there's that much ignorance left. Don't you fucking call me ignorant, rich billionaire. You guys give shit back to society. Look at the billionaires. What have they done to build this country up? What has Bezos done? Oh, take down that bridge. I got to put my yacht out over there in Holland. You guys give back shit. You guys give back shit. He goes on. You ready? Talking about the little dictator up there in Canada and every little fucking scumbag telling us what to do. If I were running the world, of course it would be mandatory. What an arrogant statement. If I was running the world, who the fuck are you to run the world? Who the fuck is anybody to tell you what to do with your life? If I was running the world, I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire. You're just a piece of shit. Can't you see what's going on? You people better support us, because if you don't, we're going down, man. Go to trendsjournal.com, put your money where your mind is, put your money where your heart is, and read history before it happens, because we're fighting for freedom. And support the universal church of freedom, peace, and justice. Freedom, peace, we're calling for peace, while all these pricks are calling for war. When I was in World War II's army, they didn't ask me if I wanted a vaccination. They just vaccinated me. Hey, fuck ass, if that's what you want to do it. But don't tell me what to do. Just do it because the government told you. That's right. Yep. We all just submitted to whatever the government told us to submit to. Could you believe the shit coming out of this guy's mouth? Yeah, he's great at making money, man. But that's really a fucking stupid statement. To told us you submit to the government? You submit? You mean you bend over and take the injection up your ass? He goes on. And it was no big deal. I don't like big chunks of the country going crazy. And I would argue that the anti-vaxxers are somewhat crazy. I would argue that you're an arrogant fucking prick speaking like this. Oh yeah, RFK Jr. Well, what does he know? He's just a stupid nobody. Yep. What do we got over here? Dr. Joseph Mercola. Oh, you know more than him. You're a billionaire. He's only an oncologist. And all the other ones. This is demonic. And these are the people that are running and ruining our lives. They own it. How about Yahoo bringing me on and talking about this? You used to have me on. I used to be on Yahoo Finance. Fuck off, Salenti. You think for yourself. We are prostitutes. We get paid to put out. That's right. By their corporate pimps and government whoremasters. And legendary investor Munger, this isn't the comparable vaccination to what you got in World War II. This is an mRNA gene therapy jab. First ever injected into the human body. Anyway, got a lot more. Omicron surge in Hong Kong, strains China zero COVID drive. Wow, locking down Hong Kong again. Get ready for this? 227 deaths out of 7.6 million people over the period of 2 years. They don't write that. No, all they do is write about the cases. So what are we talking about? 115 people dead a year out of how many? 7.6 million? You tell me 115 million people died in a year and most of them are elderly and the people with pre-existing comorbidities. Oh, CDC wants to break away from wearing masks. What a surprise. Senate confirms FDA commissioner. Oh, yeah, this guy they just bringing in over there, Dr. Robert Califf. Lawmakers worry about the candidate's ties to Big Pharma. No shit. The other scumbag that was in there, the FDA, what's his name? Gottlieb? Yeah, now he's on the board of directors of Pfizer. Grow up, everybody. Grow up, everybody. And again, on the U.S., this thing about the U.S. president's claim they're going to be invasion. Kremlin hits back at Biden's invasion claim. And they're saying that the U.S. accused Moscow of intending to invade Ukraine, they write, since October, without offering any reasons of evidence to back it up. Russia has rejected the allegations as fake news and repeatedly says there's no plans to invade anyone. Again, they're bombing the Donbass region. There are some 100,000 troops from Ukraine on that border, and about 15,000 people in Donbass have been killed already. You ready? Big story here, Financial Times. U.S. warns of Kremlin's scheme to install puppet leader in Ukraine. This is from, talking about puppet leaders. And false flags? Oh, like that Gulf of Tonkin incident, huh? Oh, yeah, that Russia started the war in Vietnam and killed over 3 million people and blasted it with Agent Orange, and 60,000 of its troops died, and hundreds of thousands are wounded, and another hundreds and hundreds of thousands mentally wounded? You mean the lie about the false flag about the Gulf of Tonkin? Oh, that was America. I forgot. Oh, the false flag that Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction and those Russians killed over 1 million Iraqis? Oh, that was George W. Bush. And now U.S. warns Kremlin's scheme to install puppet leader. All right? It was America that installed the puppet leader. It's in your Trends Journal for facts. And then that's 2014. This is February 2015, Trends Journal. In early February 2014, a recording leaked by Assistant Secretary of State, a recording was leaked of Assistant Secretary of State for European Affairs Victoria Nuland telling Jeffrey Pyatt, the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, that the UN was on board, you ready, to, quote, help glue, end quote, the plan to replace Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych with Arseniy Yatsenyuk. Quote, Yats is the guy, Nuland informed Pyatt, who urged her to move quickly because, quote, the Russians will be working behind the scenes to torpedo the deal. Now, this is the proper language coming out of the mouth of Victoria Nuland. Fuck the EU, Nuland told Pyatt. Exactly, he responded. Shortly after that, Yanukovych was overthrown and Yats became president. Ukraine agreed to Nuland's demands to make, quote, a new deal with the IMF, which was, quote, necessary for the long economic health of the country, the International Mafia Federation. Yet, a new Western-leaning Kiev government did not represent the Russian-speaking Ukrainians in the east and south who had not voted Yanukovych into office. 1 year later, Ukraine is racked by civil war and is in depression. The U.S. and EU blame Russia for the destabilization because of its support of Ukrainian separatists. And as a punishment, the U.S. pushed the EU to impose trade sanctions against Russia. Russia retaliated with trade sanctions against Europe. There is no end in sight for the civil war. Kiev has been militarily humiliated by Russian separatists. These are only facts. And I could keep going on. And it'll be in your Trends Journal. There's all the more stuff here. We're giving you everything we can. We better stand up for peace. Because again, you go back to your cover of the Trends Journal. When all else fails, they take you to war. And there you have it. How long they've been saying this thing is imminent? Again, going back to 2014. I want peace on earth, goodwill to men. And I don't want anybody telling me what to do. I obey the laws of God and nature. I'm a believer in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Not what some little piece of scum politician makes up and wants me to do. If they want me to make them to do it, come over here and tell me, force me to do it man to man in violation of the Constitution. Come on and force me to do something in violation of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. You're tough guys and tough ladies when you got your goon squads around you. Come on out and support the Canadians. I am doing everything I can. They are setting a mega trend of freedom. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news. The COVID-19 war has changed the world, but who's prepared? What's next? It's in your Trends Journal. Trends Journal subscribers are prepared. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. From the world leader in trend forecasting.